evening. Oh, that's actually good afternoon. Hello, welcome to the 6th grade portion of our concert. I can't even tell you how excited I am. I just keep trying to tell myself that I can make it through this without crying. And it's the first time we've had a concert in 18 months. This is their first ever concert, so it's even more exciting. So yes, I know, big round of applause. I am Laura Heiler. Welcome to everybody in the virtual world that's listening to us today. I know there's quite a few people that are doing that as we are playing today. And we have a series of songs. We're going to feature each instrument. And I just want to say before I forget to say this, that your kids, through a pandemic, through hybrid, through virtual, through everything, I am just beyond proud of these kids. They started not even knowing how to put this together, and then now we're going to make some pretty amazing music today. So sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Introduce the flute section to you. I'm going to get them started, so moms and dads, if you want to take some good pictures, I promise I won't stand in your way. I'll go off the side. That's how awesome they are. They can do it without me. They are going to play London Bridge for you. For our next selection, we're going to be playing Mozart Melody, and most of you know this as Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Going to feature the clarinet section and the saxophone section next. We are going to be doing Lightly Row, and then I also need to share with you too, before I forget, that we do have a few special guests in the band, because with everything happening the last year and a half, you know, we didn't quite get all the instruments covered, so we have 3 7th graders sitting in with us today so that we can get that low sound covered. So and I'll introduce them too in a little bit, but we have 2 bass clarinets and a tuba player playing with us. And I want to make sure I say thank you to Addison, Xavier, and Emeliza. So if you could give them a round of applause too, that'd be great. And Amara. For our next selection, we're going to be playing "Oh MacDonald Had a Band" instead of a farm. So for our next one, this is an all-time favorite of any band student from, you could probably even ask high school, oh, I remember that song. This one, they just seem to really love it. Whenever we do pick a tune, even with the older kids, this is the song always comes up. This song is called Hard Rock Blues. So for our next selection, we are going to feature the brass class, and we have trombones and trumpets. Typically, normally when we can have a better recruitment type of when I get to go visit the elementary schools because I couldn't this last year. We usually have French horns play, baritones play, and sometimes I even start on tuba. But this year, that's why we have trumpets and trombones, and they're going to play for you William Tell Overture. I'm going to feature the percussion section next, and they are all going to play on the bells, because that's what we start on, even though you hear them playing other things. But I wanted to show you the hard work they've done in this, and this song is called Eighth Note Jam. So we have a couple more songs for you, and this next one, this was their first, so all the songs that they've been playing have been out of the book, and they've been about 1 or 2 lines. This is their first full sheet music that they received this year, and this is the infamous Star Wars. I hope you're just as amazed as I am. I mean, they just went from I have 3 in here too that just started about 8 weeks ago, and I think this says a lot about this community and the support that they have for music, and I just want to thank you as parents And the virtual world community, thank you so much for supporting this program for so many years. We couldn't do it without you. But before we do our last one, I do want to say, can you guys give these kids a round of applause? So for our last selection, we're going to have a little fun with you. So you might recognize this tune. Now, they know this, and some of you know this. I am a diehard Spartan. I was in the Spartan marching band. I bleed green and white. So this song that they learned maybe played at that other school, you know, the blue and yellow one down in Ann Arbor, but that's all right. Whatever. They love it. So we're going to play it, and maybe we could get some audience participation too. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's try it again. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, ready, go. Says one more time 7,000 times in a row, but I really do need one more time. I know you can do it. 3 times is a charm. And thank you very much for coming out, because this is our last song, so you'll be better and really wow. Here we go. 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, ready, and. Good afternoon, and welcome to the 7th grade portion of our concert, and welcome to anyone that's watching virtually as well. This is the first time that this group in almost 18 months have had a concert, so I have been looking forward to this, and I know you have as well too. I'm very excited. From 6th grade, when you heard them in December, they are night and day different, and it's amazing. I can't wait for you here today. The first thing we're going to play for you today is actually a really good skill for them to learn. It's called the Chromatic Scale. So it forces them to know every single note. And then a couple of our tunes later on you're going to hear have some chromatic passages. So we're going to play the Chromatic Scale for you as a warm-up.
would you please rise and join us for the national anthem? So this next song, we were actually going to play it at our spring concert last year. It's called Creepy Crawlies, and it works on a lot of 8-note rhythms, and it works on a lot of articulation things, so it forces them to do those fundamental skills. And because they loved it so much, I promised them that we could do it again. So this is Creepy Crawlies. Next selection, I want you to imagine yourself walking through the desert and coming upon a pack of vicious-looking snakes, and they all make eye contact with you as they slowly creep towards your feet. Just as you fear the worst, you hear the sound of a drum. As the snakes start moving forward toward you faster with great anticipation, you hear more percussive sounds. When your heart is ready to burst, the snake starts to boogie. This song is called Dancing Snakes, and this is where we really worked on that chromatic scale that we talked about. We are also going to feature a soloist, Miss Paige Percy, on flute. I do want to thank, that was Paige on there, and then also we have some percussionists that couldn't be with us today, so a lot of these kids learned new parts on Friday to come and play with, to switch around, so I really want to give those kids a round of applause, as well as I have an 8th grader sitting in too to help. Trevor Moore's helping us out today as well, so if you could give them a big round of applause, it would be great. Don't they sound great? I wouldn't cry. Okay, so I'm not doing it. All right, anyway, for our last selection, we are going to be playing Star Wars for you. And thank you very much for coming today. gym at 5:30 and to do the testing. And if you can't make it, it's okay. They can still test in the morning for the COVID testing, okay? Thank you so much for coming out. We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you again. Good evening and welcome to the 8th grade part of our concert. Welcome to everyone that's joining us virtually as well. We can be more excited for this today. I've been waiting for this day for about 18 months, so I'm extremely excited to share with what this group can perform for you today. They have come a long way in the 3 years that I've had them, and I'm excited to show them off. Would you please rise and join us in the national anthem? Ghosts of the Lost Ship, was written to tell the story of a buccaneer naval warfare. These driven pirates are known throughout history for their attacks on Spanish ships and coastal towns in the Caribbean Sea during the 17th century. The work opens with an unusual aleatoric section and creates the sounds of a buccaneer ship as it sails to combat in dangerous rainstorm. The ship then slowly coasts into enemy territory in an attempt to be unseen. Once spotted, the buccaneers are forced to adjust the sail and race towards the enemy to engage in intense warfare. After a short and successful battle, they must quickly make their way to land and invade the Spanish towns, engaging in combat and murdering many in the village. As the chaos cuts loose, the mighty buccaneers regroup and take flight from the Spanish territory. The ending leaves us questioning whether or not the buccaneers escaped unharmed. One thing is for sure, the ghosts linger to this day, haunting the many seas and all who pass through them. song called Shut Up and Dance. Selection was a song that we were supposed to play on the last year's spring concert, and this is called, this is recorded by the 21 Pilots, it's one of their favorites. This is called Heathens from the Suicide Squad album. selection, I really challenged them on this piece. It's not exactly the most rhythmically challenged, but it has a lot of emotion that needs to go into it. It has a lot of really dark tonalities that need to be involved in it. And it's been, I will say, it's been probably one of the funnest pieces. Oh, that's bad grammar, I apologize. I'm sorry, I'm just a music teacher. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun with them on this piece, but I want to share with you about it. This is one of my favorite composers as well. This song identifies with an extremely important moment in history during the Second World War, in which the Red Army, against all odds, successfully defended Moscow against the German invasion. In October 1941, German troops were only 15 miles outside of Moscow, an unfavorable situation for the Soviet Union. 2 million people had evacuated Moscow, but Joseph Stalin stayed to rally morale. In November, the Germans launched a new attack on Moscow. The Soviet army held their ground and brought the Germans to a halt. Stalin insisted on a counterattack, and although his commanders had doubts, they launched their own offense on them on December 4th. The Germans, caught off guard and demoralized by the recent defeat, were pushing back and began retreating. By January, they had been pushed back nearly 200 miles. I hope you really enjoy this piece. This is called Moscow, 1941. talk for just a moment too. But I do know that Mr. Barron had mentioned to the kids right before they played, at 5:30, he will be available in the Bellevue Middle School gym to do the COVID testing. It's okay if you can't come. You can still do it tomorrow, but if you're in track, if you want to get it done today, he will be there and available at 5:30. And I'm going to turn the microphone over to our high school band director, Mr. Ryan Ruble.
Well, thank you. It's very nice to get applause when I haven't even done anything yet, so that's wonderful. But how great is it to be back in our Performing Arts Center listening to a live ensemble? And it's a great live ensemble. Every time I wander down to the middle school to talk to the 8th graders about the things that are coming up in the future, I always have to report back to the high schoolers what I hear, what I see, how many flutes are there, how many clarinets are there. Some of the guys ask if there are any cute girls. I don't know about that part. But it's great to hear such a wonderful ensemble and know I get to start working with them very, very soon. So I have a couple things. This is your paid programming commercial break as they rest momentarily before their final piece. But parents, I'm putting the pressure on you tonight. On your way in or on your way out, there are different papers on the table. We kicked off a fundraiser on Friday at the high school, and today we kick it off at the middle school. We are doing Frandale subs, but it's not limited to just subs. You've got cinnamon rolls, you've got pastries, you've got soups, so stock up those freezers. But this is one of those fundraisers that we are going to push to help offset the cost of the summer activities, as well as those of you that are attending the Florida trip in the spring. We're going to try to have a fundraiser every month or so until the beginning of the new year. So up until January, we're trying to push as many fundraisers as we can. This is one of those fundraisers where all of the student profit goes into the student account. So the breakdown is whatever they sell, the percentage of the profit goes directly to their account to offset the cost. We also have another fundraiser that's running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It is called Script. And if you're not familiar with the Script program is, you purchase a prepaid gift card to someplace you would normally shop or partake in. There are hundreds of different places that you can use Script cards, but you get a percentage of your purchase back. And local places, even Leppings, Meyer, use anywhere from 5% to 15% of your overall purchase can be returned back to you, and that is filled into your student account. We have students that pay for their entire fall fee using just Script, and I have a student that is using what they've earned through Script to pay for pretty much their entire Florida trip. So it is a great way to not purchase things you normally wouldn't, but you're getting a percentage back. As we begin looking into the summer and fall, as things look like fingers, toes, anything crossed, we can actually have something happen. Last Wednesday, we kicked off our percussion and color guard evening rehearsals. So if your student is a percussionist or wants to partake in the color guard, we rehearse Monday and Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here at the high school. Being such a unique activity, they take a little bit more time above what the normal ensemble would be doing. But 6 to 9 p.m., Mondays and Wednesdays. Now, I know some of you are involved in other sports and athletics, but that is okay. Just let us know that you plan and intend to do it, but you're finishing up baseball, softball, middle school track. There are thousands of different things that you can partake in. Now, that also transitions to my next thought. As we start to transition them into high school, they're very soon going to be handed the scheduling form. And the high school is adjusting how we do our classes next year. But that does not change the fact that every student can be in band. We sit down and make sure the schedule works perfectly. Band students take priority in scheduling to make sure they can be in the classes that they need to be in, as well as still involved in the band program. And we live in a community where the band program is very strong and appreciated, so we want to make sure we still have those students in there. And lastly, on the table as well, are some instructions to join the Remind app. If you're not familiar with it, it's a way that I can instantly communicate with parents and students via text. Because I've learned students don't always check their email, but as soon as their phone goes ding with a text, It's there. So that way, if I have to communicate anything to them or you, I can just do it and everybody gets the information. So the instructions are back there. There are 2 forms for the Frandale subs, some information form on it, as well as the sub order form. And then lastly is the scripts information. You can go online and order that. And if you ever need more information about what's happening, as well as our fall and summer calendars, jump onto bellybands.org, and we try to keep that up to date with whatever's happening through the season. You can connect to our Florida trip website as well, and some of the other information. But as always, if you have questions about this unique transition from 8th grade into 9th grade, feel free to reach out to me. Call me, email me. The same thing with Ms. Heiler. If she gets an email and it's a question that I need to answer, she'll pass it along, and I try my best to reach out and answer those. Because I'm very excited to have them join us here in about a month. Then we get to start calling them freshmen. Get ready for that, parents. All right. So, thank you for your time. I'm excited to hear this final number. I will be down with you very soon this week to debut our marching band show for you all. So I'm excited for it, and then I'll give you more music to that P word, practice. All right, enjoy the concert.
Can we just give these kids a round of applause? And thank you, too, for all your support for the last 3 years, allowing them to be part of this program. And I truly hope music truly stays with you for the rest of your life, and I hope you continue some way, shape, or form of music throughout the rest of your life. The last song we're going to perform for you today is Star Wars. Of course, because I have some Star Wars junkies in this band, so we have to end with it, I know. Thank you so much for coming out today, and we hope you enjoyed it. And it's so nice to have a live concert again. What a blessing. Thank you so much.